welcome back to another one of our lookbook videos. Today we are going to be doing 70s versus 80s look. Antonina will be having a 70s inspired look and Karina will be having an 80s inspired look. This is going to be complete with makeup and hair, and Antonina and Karina both already have their bases on. So just to recap, Antonina has some concealer, bronzer, blush, highlighter, and a little bit of mascara on.
And lip gloss.
And lip gloss, which we're going to retouch
and powder.
up. So that's what she has on, and that's going to be our base. We're not going to be doing anything, to fix her base or anything like that. But we are going to be doing some eyeshadow and fun eye stuff, and then we're also going to be doing her hair. So to start, for the 70s, as I was doing a lot of research, I noticed that the 70s had like a lot of blue eyeshadow. And it was a lot of like when you open your eye, you could really see the blue eyeshadow, and it was kind of like above the lid, so that it sort of had like a circle kind of look to it. I noticed a lot, it wasn't very, the eyeshadow wasn't very muted in the 70s, so that's why I'm kind of doing like a circular, like a little bit higher than her actual lid to create and replicate the same look that I saw in the 70s. So I'm using this really pretty blue, light blue color all over her eyelid, and we're gonna use that as our eyeshadow color. I'm packing it on nicely. Just gonna pack that on and go a little bit higher than her, almost touching like her eyebrow, so that when she opens, it's gonna create like a nice open, wide open eye kind of thing. And then for hair, we are going to be doing half up, half down with like a little bit of like a poofy poof to kind of replicate some of the things that I've seen in the 70s. Then just for a little added touch, I'm just gonna add a little outline on her eyeshadow in a darker blue shade, sort of like this. I'm not gonna put it on her bottom, bottom lower part of her lash at all, or her eye at all, but I'm going to put it over the top like so. And I'm using this really sparkly shade that looks really pretty on in person. So you can see. And I'm using a really thin and compact small brush to really get that sharp look that I'm going for. I'm just going to blend it up into the top of the eye. So for Antonina, as I mentioned, I'm going to be pulling her hair up into a half up, half down with a little bit of like a poof kind of style. So I'm going to tie it up. I've brushed out her hair and I'm just going to tie it up very nicely. And then after that, I'm going to, I'll show you like my hack as a way to add more volume to the hair when you don't want to use like a lot of hairspray or anything like that. So as you can see, I'm pulling it out, making it a lot looser, like so. And I'm just going to pull it out like this. And then I'm going to tighten it, but not all the way. I'm just going to tighten it. So now that that's been loosened and pulled out, now it's going to kind of stay like that. So you don't want to tighten it too much, and it is going to feel a little bit looser than it did before, but you do want to pull, and you can push it up and then tighten, and then continue to repeat this process until you get something that you like, until you get the volume that you like. And yeah. So as you can see, I'm just going to continue to, you can also brush it through just to make sure, because when you do this, it will get a little bit like more like sideways, sort of. So you can do this and pull it up. There you go. And now I can work from the front and pull it up, push it up, brush out some pieces. And continuously continue to do that until you get something that you like. So there you have it. There is Antonina's completed look. Let's do our spin. Now for the 80s. The 80s was a lot more of like a whole bunch of colors in a color palette. So I've decided that I'm going to try something that we've never really done. So I'm going to do pink and yellow.
So two colors.
Two colors. So as Antonia had like a darker blue and a on the outer side and like a lighter blue all over, I'm going to be using two colors to kind of create a fun and unique look instead of just doing one solid color for the eyeshadow. So as you can see, I'm just going to pack that in. Like
you
so.
can like tell which colors we've used a lot.
Yeah, so this one, since it is a glitter shade, it does require like a few passes to kind of get it like the right
like
shade.
Kind of.
Yeah, the right shade of pink that I want. And since the 80s, was super like vibrant and bright, I want it to have like really bright colors so that it matches. So then I've gotten my this pink color, and it's like kind of like a little bit purple, and I'm going to use this gold shade to keep that that kind of shimmery effect that we've got going on, to keep it going. And this gold is actually super pigmented. Wow, okay, I didn't even need to use that much. There we are. So now I've got a gold color on the inner corner. And then I think I'm gonna go with the same brush as a more compacted thing to kind of blend out the pinks and the gold together. And it'll hopefully make it a little bit more, more vibrant. Because when you use a compact brush, it usually gets more pigment out. So yeah, then I'm gonna go for the other side, replicate it. I'm gonna use this big brush to get the general area before we go in with a more compact brush to get more product out and to get that look. So as you can see, I'm going over with this like gorgeous pink shiny color, and when she does her spin at the end, you'll be able to really see that. And then I'm going to use this gold shade with some of that pink still on the brush to kind of blend it out. And for any excess, I'm just blowing it away with either my finger or, you know, just blowing on it regularly. Going for a little bit, and there we are. And then I'm going to use the same brush, making sure I'm just putting all the excess product on my arm. Okay, so for this, I'm going to do the same kind of concept with the half up, half down as I did for Antonina, except this time I'm not going to try and poof it up in any way. Instead, we have this, I did this little like braid thing for her for a previous look that she had. Her hair was already done like this, so I'm going to utilize that, and I'll show you how in a second. So I'm going to put it up in a really like high, half up, half down. That'll make her hair stand up, and then I'm going to tease it slightly, but not too much, because teasing isn't that great for your hair, I don't think. And you know, it doesn't make your hair feel that great. So, you know, we obviously do not want that. So I'm not going to be doing that a lot. But yeah, I'm just going to make the ponytail, shift it over slightly, and just tighten like so. So there we go. Now we have that ponytail part. And then for this braid, I'm going to just like bring it around like so. So I'm gonna bring it around to kind of hide the elastic. This is just like an idea that I had that I wanted to try out. So yeah, that's kind of the reason why it might look absolutely nuts, but I just wanted to try it out. Just hold it here for a second, Karina. And I'm just going to go grab right here. I'm just going to go grab a bobby pin to hold it in. Here's Karina's completed 80s inspired look.
Okay, so she is 70s and she's 80s. Okay, so write down in the comments which look you like better, like which era you like more. Also, these are them side by side. it's very different, like the two different color tones.
Mine is
and
more
stuff.
like cool colors. She's more warm colors. Her hair is a lot more teased and like poofy. My hair is a lot more just like the one poof over here. Hers is like more frizzy and that kind of stuff.
Yeah. Anyways, so that's the end of this video. Make sure to like and subscribe, and
And we'll see you in the next one.
Bye.